The battle between the Death Star and the Brethren Moons. The void of space was eerily silent as the Death Star drifted into the region known as the Necromorph Sector. This was the domain of the Brethren Moons, 11 colossal sentient entities forged from organic matter and malice, their single purpose to spread the necromorph scourge across the universe. Inside the Death Star, Grand Moff Tarkin stood resolute on the command bridge, flanked by Darth Vader, who loomed ominously in the shadows. Tarkin's eyes scanned the holographic projection of the Brethren Moons, glowing like malevolent beacons on the screen. Tarkin, 11 targets, each capable of consuming entire civilizations, and yet they will find no match for Imperial ingenuity. Darth Vader's mechanical breathing was the only response. The Sith Lord's silence spoke volumes. Failure was not an option. As the Brethren Moons closed in, their grotesque forms pulsing with eldritch energy, the Death Star's crew worked with precision. Massive turbo lasers powered up, and the super laser core glowed a menacing green. Across the galaxy, rebels and empires alike had trembled at the sight of the Death Star's might, but this would be its ultimate test. The Brethren Moons attacked first. Tendrils of energy lashed out, crashing against the Death Star's shields. Each strike sent a ripple through the station, and alarms blared as engineers scrambled to reinforce the defenses. The Moons moved with horrifying coordination, their combined assault seeking to overwhelm the station's systems. "Technician, shields at 60%! Tarkin's expression didn't waver. "Tarkin, prepare to fire the super laser. Target the lead moon." Darth Vader stepped forward. "Darth Vader, do not underestimate them. Their hive mind will adapt." "Tarkin, not if we strike decisively." The super laser charged, gathering energy into a single devastating beam. With a blinding flash it fired, piercing through the void. The lead Brethren Moon barely had time to react before it was obliterated, its corrupted mass scattering into fragments. The remaining 10 moons recoiled, their psychic scream reverberating through the cosmos, but they did not retreat. Instead, they adapted, forming a protective barrier of debris and energy around themselves as they launched another ferocious attack. "Technician, shields at 30%! Vader's voice cut through the chaos. "Darth Vader, unleash the TIE squadrons, disrupt their formation!" TIE fighters poured out of the Death Star's hangars like a swarm of angry wasps. The pilots, trained to perfection, weaved through the Brethren Moon's tendrils and debris, targeting weak points with precision. Explosions lit up the darkness as smaller chunks of the moons were blown apart. Inside the Death Star, Tarkin ordered the engineers to reroute all available power to the super laser. "Tarkin, we will destroy them in one decisive strike. Charge the weapon to maximum capacity." The Brethren Moons, sensing the imminent threat, began to coalesce their energy into a singular, catastrophic blast. Their hive mind unified their efforts, determined to annihilate the Death Star before it could fire again. "Officer, super laser ready." Tarkin gave the command. "Tarkin, fire." The Death Star's super laser erupted once more, but this time it split into multiple beams, each targeting a separate moon. The engineers had modified the weapon on the fly, a testament to the Empire's ingenuity. The beams struck with surgical precision. One by one, the Brethren Moons disintegrated, their massive forms collapsing under the sheer power of the Death Star's attack. Their combined energy blast fizzled as the hive mind faltered and died, leaving nothing but silence in their wake. The bridge erupted in cheers, but Tarkin remained stoic. "Tarkin, a most satisfactory outcome. Perhaps the galaxy will think twice before challenging the Empire again." Darth Vader said nothing, his gaze fixed on the wreckage of the Brethren Moons. The Sith Lord's silence, as always, carried an ominous weight. The Death Star had won the day, but in the vastness of space new threats would surely rise. As the Death Star moved away from the battlefield, leaving the shattered remains of the Brethren Moons behind, the galaxy bore witness to a chilling truth. The Empire's ultimate weapon was more than a planet killer, it was the harbinger of absolute dominance.